What's going on, guys? Bethesda Games here, more Fallout 3 and A Tale of Two Wastelands. Last episode when we left off, we basically made our way to the end of the main story of the Point Lookout DLC, which is really cool, so I recommend going back and watching that if you haven't seen it, because it is very funny and yeah, a bit wacky in some ways. But thankfully, we're not done with Point Lookout. There's actually quite a bit more content for us to do. So if we head over to the... I think if we go over to the Black Hall Manor first. I know there's multiple ways to start this quest. And this is a weapon that we did manage to pick up for completing the DLC. We head over to Black Hall Manor. There should be someone inside waiting for us. As far as I can remember, there's not really any notable loot in comparison to somewhere like the Calvert Mansion. But look upstairs. You might get lucky in that footlocker. Yeah, other than that safe there, I don't think there is actually any sort of substantial loot or set loot you want to come here for.
Keep your distance. What are you doing in my house? Well, Black Hall Manor isn't abandoned. Not yet. At least have the grace to come speak with her owner properly. Good. People should be able to sit and have a conversation, especially in times like these. Civil discourse, the greatest of our lost arts. Wouldn't you agree? I'm glad you think so. Conversation is but one of the virtues that separate us from cretins like those swamp folk. Swamp folk who, I should mention, absconded with a book, a precious family heirloom. I wanted to ask you, friend, will you get it back? Good. The fools who stole it believe it has powers, so the thing is probably well guarded. There's a ritual site east of the boardwalk, in the basement of a ruined house. I think you'll find it there. Bring it back to me, and be paid.
So that will give us the quest, the Dark Heart of Blackhall, and that does take us over to the ritual site that we found near the start of this series for Point Lookout. And I did point it out, but I made sure not to explore it, just so we could save it for when we did this quest.
Wait a moment. I need to know. Has Obadiah sent you in search of a book?
But then obviously after talking to Obadiah, we meet this other character here that, as we all learn, actually sort of opposes Obadiah and his sort of goals.
I thought as much. Listen to me very carefully, child. You mustn't bring it to him. That book is known as the Krivbekne, and it's a thing of evil purpose. Yes, the Krivbekne. The Blackhall family has a long, evil history with the book. It was lost to them long ago, but it's found a way back to Point Lookout, and Obadiah seeks to reclaim it. I ask no more. You can find me at my tent on the beach, south of Blackhall. God bless your path, child.
We go over to the ritual site. So yeah, she'll be at the disaster relief outpost. I think actually we're going to go over the Offie clam pot. That's not actually a location I remember. I'm not quite sure if this is supposed to be a reference to something. Someone obviously loved, was it sugar bombs or Dandy Boy apples? No. So they obviously love steak. Go over to the ritual site now.
You know we're here, Pat Sider.
Now this is going to be quite a creepy location as we go through. I do know that with the low leveled Point Lookout mod that we've got installed, if you have Wild Wasteland back at Calvert Manor, Blackhall Manor or whatever it is. Yeah, back at Blackhall Manor, I think there's actually some unique pictures on the wall. Thinking about it, I don't think you actually come under attack from anyone until the major way through to the bottom. would be quite a cool place to hide and like a unique shotgun with my boomstick or something like that from the Evil Dead films. That'd be quite a cool reference. Here's another one of them evil garden gnomes posing. This one's enjoying some dinner. Come up here. There is a unique knife, being a ritual knife. And I think it does a little bit more damage than the normal knife and has a higher crit chance. But other than that, it's fairly similar. Here is obviously that book. With some obviously evil stuff going on. Then we're going to check out the disaster relief site. Trying to make our way through all the locations of Point Lookout. Still haven't been able to sort out my LEDs. Always seem to get railway spikes, which is kind of odd. I can't really remember the backstory to this place actually. No ideals such as socialism, that's quite funny. All sounds very familiar from a situation we were in a couple of years ago. Ice cream socials cruising Main Street. Very specific there. Seems like these people are trying to do some good, but it didn't work out too well for them, which is a bit of a shame. You find it kind of funny how you lose karma opening the safe when I don't think Marcella's going to be needing what's in there. You can read through all this to find out a little bit more about Marcella, but we're not going to worry, just so we can get through this. There's that note, obviously.
They attacked while I slept. I don't expect to survive. I only pray that that you haven't taken that book to Obadiah. You must take up my mission. There is one way to utterly destroy the Grivbekne, but you must take a pilgrimage far north of Point Lookout in the capital Wasteland. Seek a place called Dunwich. Within is an obelisk, itself a wicked thing. It'll consume the book. You need only press the book to its surface. May God shed his blessings upon you, child. Make haste for Dunwich. My God, I am sorry for all my sins with all my heart. In choosing to do wrong, failing to do good. I have sinned against you, whom I should.
Quite a few religious undertones there, along with what was on the terminal. But here we do have a choice. We can either go to the Dunwich building in the capital Wasteland, which is where we explored to get the melee weapons bobblehead, and it's a very creepy location. Or we can take the book to Obadiah, in which case we'll see what he does with it. And yeah, it's very cool how we, you know, it sort of goes back to a location that's within the main game. We're not going to worry about taking it to the capital Wasteland for now, just because nothing really happens if you take the book to the obelisk. It just sort of activates. If I'm misremembering it and there is a reward, I will put it up on the screen now for you guys, just to make sure that I'm remembering things correctly. So we're going to go to Obadiah and get his cap reward from him as well.
The book. You found it. Quickly. Give it to me. Yes, yes, of course. Here's your errand fee. Now give it to me.
Now it does give us 1,000 caps. And that is the quest completed. Quite a short one. So, see, quite mysterious in a way. But if we follow Obadiah, see, something's definitely not right with him either. And if you remember what was happening at the Dunwich Boars building, the character that was turning into a ghoul. There's definitely something going on down here.
Our business is at an end. Leave this place. You shouldn't be here. Don't play at what you misunderstand.
But yeah, other than that, I don't really know of anything else happening revolving around this quest. Like I said, if I'm wrong, I'll put that down in the description below as well. But I do think it is cool, like I said, the way it sort of ties back to a location in the main game, and one of the sort of creepier locations as well. There's obviously something going on with Dunwich, with the Dunwich, well, that's the Dunwich building. It's the Dunwich Boars in Fallout 4, yeah, which is another location where some spooky stuff happens. But then, looking at how long this episode has been, got a couple more bits to do, and then heading on to next episode, we'll do some stuff that's revolved around the low-level point lookout mod, and I'll show off some of the content revolving that. I did fast travel to the wrong location.
There you are.
Not sure where these smugglers have come from. I don't know if it's just because of taking on or taking out one of the couple of smugglers round the island, maybe. Machete. But yeah, generally speaking, the smugglers, as we saw at the end of last episode, they tend to be a bit higher level or something, or just yeah, a bit more accurate, so they do quite a decent amount of damage to you. I'm just going to see if...
Oh, it is
Looking.
certainly. Madame
some
Panada
stuff.
is quite handy with a wrench.
Just because our badass helmet is taking a bit of a kicking. But if we come back to the ferry to sort of really finish off the Point Lookout DLC, we do have
Just
Nadine
in
here.
time. Found out who went rooting around in our skulls, and you'll never guess who it was. As a totally unrelated hint, I'm in charge of his boat now. I consider it payment for what he did to my poor sliced-up brain. I was gonna do the same to him, but I figured you'd want the honor. Seems that when the tribals would send someone to the swamp, he'd be waiting around to nab 'em when the Pungaseeds gassed 'em. He'd do his amateur surgery for the tribals and let us wander back, all in exchange for punga fruit to trade. Sweet little deal he had going on. Yeah, he seemed nice enough, didn't he? I wouldn't have figured it out if I hadn't snuck into his engine room while waiting for you. From the look of it, he kept every bit of gray matter he cut out, and he had quite a collection. You can take a look if your stomach's up to it. And while you're in there, feel free to give Tobar my love, preferably with the sharp end of a hot knife. First off, I'm claiming this boat. I put Tobar down, so it's mine. Them's the rules of the ocean. So that leaves me with a boat, a load of punga, and a wicked scar. Damn if I haven't earned that adventure I came out looking for. Think I'll take over running this ship. I can travel as I like and always head back to the Wasteland to see Mom. Not a bad way to live, huh? Of course, you can always ride for free.
So I'm going to do a little tradition I have here. Taking out Tobar with the fertilizer shovel. It's got to be the fertilizer shovel. No other weapon will do. But like Nadine said, you know, she allows us to travel for free, which is very useful. And yeah, it actually seems like she has a bit of a happy ending, which is quite unusual for someone in the Fallout series. Let's take on Tobar for taking out our brain.
Well, if it isn't my favorite traveler. And oh, what a trip you were on. Why, when you were under, you should have heard some of the things that came out of your mouth. But I suppose you're more interested in what came out of your head, aren't you? Why do we do anything? You travel the world, kill people, take trophies that interest you, and move on. I'm much the same. The only difference is that my trophies are somewhat more medical in nature. Oh, and to be honest, I probably kill fewer people than you do. But I suppose it's time that came to an end, one way or another.
So he does become hostile now. He won't be around for much longer.
There you are.
Does have a scope 44 magnum, so is worth taking out for that. And then there is this Grifter's Fit outfit, which as far as I'm aware is unique. And you can see there, +1 to charisma, potentially useful, although charisma's not the most amazing stat. Like Nadine said, he takes every little bit of brain with him. But then there's this little guy here. And then we can take less damage to our head. Very nice bonus. So I do think it is quite funny the way you just get your brain back sort of thing. And I'm pretty sure that does come up as a perk, so I'll have to find that and show that off in the Pip-Boy for you. That is the Grey Matters perk, and you'll receive 25% less damage when hitting the head. It's just the adamantium skeleton icon there, I think. Yeah, same as the adamantium skeleton, which is a bit of a shame. Well, we can't enter this hatch at all, and there's nothing you can do with all these other lumps of brain as far as I'm aware. But then in the base level point lookout, other than one other thing we've got to do, which is to do with, which also ties into the low level point lookout mod, that is all the content pretty much as far as I'm aware for the point lookout DLC. Probably one of my favourite DLCs overall. But looking how long this episode has been, I think it's a good place to wrap it up here. And then next episode I'll show off the couple of bits of content to do with that low level point lookout mod, just because I want to highlight it, because this playthrough of the mod was the first time I was using it, and I'd definitely say it's been a much more enjoyable experience in comparison to playing the sort of vanilla Fallout 3 or Tale of Two Wastelands version of the mod, and sort of bonus damage that a lot of the enemies do to you and damage resistance they have. So that's really, really cool, and that will be linked down in the description below for you guys. But thank you very much for watching. I hope you guys have enjoyed this episode and been enjoying the series so far. If you have enjoyed the series, please like and subscribe for more, and then that way you won't miss out on anything. Also, any other mods that I've mentioned throughout the video, I don't think there have been any this episode, but there will be some other mods linked down in the description below for you guys, so you can try them out for yourself, along with that low level point lookout mod that I've mentioned a couple of times throughout the video. But thanks again for watching. I always appreciate having you guys here, and I'll catch you guys in the next episode.